Do you want to start playing Fortnite but don't know where to begin? Then this is the video for you today. We're going to teach you everything you need to know to hit the ground running so you can start getting those victory royale. Even if this is your first time playing, there's plenty to look at from creative hotspots to in-game knowledge. So let's get started. If you're looking to create content or explore the island at your own pace before jumping into a battle royale match, Battle Labs is the perfect mode for you. This mode gives you unrestricted access to the entire map, allowing you to explore freely. It's an excellent way to test out new weapons and items without the pressure of facing opponents mid-game. You can also use it to discover potential glitches or interesting exploits. Additionally, Battle Labs is a great setting for practicing scrimmages with other players in a more controlled environment. With chests having a 100% spawn rate, you can easily identify the best loot spots on the island. Looking to explore some exciting new game modes? Creative mode in Fortnite lets you relive the nostalgia of past seasons by using weapons and items you may have missed. Dive into modes like team deathmatches, 1v1s, or late-game arenas that incorporate classic gear. Beyond that, Creative offers plenty of fun experiences, including party games, role-playing scenarios, and seasonal events. If you're in the mood to grind and improve your skills, Creative is the perfect place to master your mechanics. Building and editing might seem intimidating at first, but they mostly come down to muscle memory. Creative mode allows you to practice building, test new keybinds, and experiment with edits without the need to collect resources like in Battle Royale. It's faster, more efficient, and lets you refine your gameplay as much as you need. This is where you drop down from the iconic battle bus and face off against 99 other players who are all fighting for that victory crown. You'll need to master your weaponry, be the first to reach new areas, and perfect the art of survival. If you want to reach the top, just be sure to watch that storm generally. Battle Royale consists of a few separate stages. Your early game, mid game, and late games, which are sometimes referred to as end games, or combined into one term depending on who's speaking early games, include choosing a landing spot, looting and eliminating any players who didn't quite prep in time. Mid-game revolves around moving across the map as you avoid the storm. This is the stage where you should focus on getting rid of green and blue. Weaponry, try to get this to purple or above. You should also make sure you stock up on building resources, health items, and eliminations. If you bump into any players, late games and end games will vary. The storm will decrease in size enough for you to see every boundary. It will start to feel more like a traditional free-for-all. However, in more advanced game modes such as Arena, you will not be dealing with flat space, but rather builds that reach the sky. It will be your job to maintain height as the storm continues to close and starts moving. If you stockpiled enough resources or mats, then this will help you keep moving. Also be sure to keep eliminating players so you can take their resources. This is what is known as a refresh. This next section will help you master your weapons and items. Weapons come in various shapes and sizes. Some of them, like snipers, are great for long-distance fighting. Others, like the shotguns, are generally close range. Then you have everything in between, such as ARs and submachine guns. These will frequently change as the season progresses, so you'll need to adapt to whatever is currently available in the loot pool. Even a small change in stats can have a big impact on which weapons will be the most useful in general. Take this into consideration. Most of the time, SMGs will be great for tearing down builds, while shotguns will be used for ripping a chunk of health away from your opponent up close and fast. However, no items ever have a singular purpose and must be used in combination with other mechanics to truly get the most out of your inventory. Having good shotgun aim and combining it with your edit skills is a great way to open up windows and land a hit on your opponent during a box fight. Meanwhile, using your pickaxe to weaken a wall before punching through with your SMG will let you have enough ammo in your weapon to deal serious damage once it goes down. Sometimes weapons will break the standards and have similar abilities to others. An AR like the Evachrome. AR can completely eat through walls despite not being an SMG, and the Cobra DMR is a faster rate of fire for long-range combat, with the trade-off being a cat. One-hit kill players. The best advice to give a brand new player is to never fall into the habit of sticking to one weapon. You need to develop a habit of switching out weapons mid-fight. Depending on the situation, the Chrome AR is a fantastic weapon, but if you only use this, then you're not going to be able to utilize other weapons. Same goes for the shotgun. You may love the feel of downing your player in one hit, but that just leaves you vulnerable from anything out of your reach. Items are also quite similar to weapons. You also want healing items in your inventory. No matter what, some items like the first aid kit can heal you all the way to 100, but take some time to use and lock you down. Meanwhile, an item like the Mad Mist will heal you much slower, but you can control how much you heal while still giving you plenty of mobility shields work the same too. It's quicker to pop 2 minis than going for double pots. Meanwhile, in competitive play floppers and chug splashes can be used to instantly recover a large portion of your health. Or Shield's Chuck's Flash, for instance, also has other benefits such as healing both health or shields with the added bonus of also healing any teammates near you. Next landing spots, Fortnite has plenty of environments from snow forests, beaches, and deserts on the map. You will find plenty of named poise or points of interest, which are usually every player's default choice. However, if you want to go from noob to probe, you are going to want to memorize some of the smaller unnamed spots on the map. These will usually be emptier, and you can collect loot and fill up your shields before running into combat. Some spots, such as the gas stations, might be far away enough from the main POI that you can loot relatively peacefully while still keeping you close to the action. While others are almost completely isolated, keep in mind that there are other factors when choosing a landing spot. How many chests usually spawn will determine if you have enough items and weapons to fight enemies, while vehicles that spawn nearby can let you leave the area quicker once you're done preparing. So let's go a little more in depth of building and editing. There are 4 basic shapes: walls, ramps, cones, and floors. However, each one has a whole set of possible edits, which when used properly can allow you to retake the high ground, open up peaks, or even trap your opponents once again. Everything revolves around combining your tactics. 4 walls and a ceiling can create a good box to protect yourself from enemy fire. However, adding a cone to the floor of your box can make it more versatile. Now you can edit that cone to create cover or create a slope you can use to move further up if you want to change your angle. What is the most common resource used in build? And most of the time you will see other players using it. However, brick and steel are still valid options. However, due to their scarcity, you want to be able to use them at the right time. Every rookie makes this mistake. They get a hold of some brick and assume that because it has higher health, they should automatically start using that for their box. However, the better material usually takes longer to set up. So it's important to figure out how dire your situation is if you have an opponent firing at you. Then using wood will provide quick cover. Meanwhile, if you have a little extra time, you can use brick to make things a bit harder for them. However, keep in mind that the better the cover is, the less your opponent will be able to see inside your box. A wood wall will still give you a view of your opponent, even if you don't. Smack it with your pickaxe. Meanwhile, a steel wall will almost completely cover what's going on inside a box. Once it's built, your opponent could be waiting for you to make a move, or perhaps they've already exited the box and are trying to get behind you. You won't know. And until you've damaged it enough to take a look inside, this same logic applies if you're inside the box. If you want more eliminations, then you need to practice your aim without it. You'll be lucky if you even get that. Victory Royale aim is all about sensitivity. You want it high enough that you can do a full 360 search around to in case an opponent decides to catch you from behind. Meanwhile, you don't want it so crazy that you're consistently slipping past every enemy. It's also important that you learn crosshair placement, so you always have your enemy in sight and you can snap in the direction once you see an opening. Once again, aiming is all about muscle memory, so keep practicing against moving targets and courses that combine editing and aiming the longer keeper weapon on the target, while firing the more damage you will do per second. Meanwhile, being able to land that first shot can give you an immediate advantage during a fight. That wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to use code MILI2023 in the item shop to show your support. Thank you so much.